I reviewed quite a few different UX portfolios. Now, for some people, it's super useful. For others, I kind of received quite a few different backhanded compliments or like a negative feedback, and that's of course totally fine. Now, what bothered me about this is that people are looking for one specific set of guidance or a template, a cookie cutter approach to making their portfolios. Reality is not that simple, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why. All those people I reviewed the portfolios of, all those people I went through and gave pointers to improve, could get a UX job. If a portfolio owner I reviewed, let's say the other day or last year or last month, would apply in a certain specific scenario for a certain role in a certain region, certain country, all those different variables matching up, they could definitely get a UX job in certain specialty, in certain area, again, in certain industry or company. Because it's gonna come down to that, the tango between meeting the actual hiring manager needs and meeting those needs of yours as a candidate so that your evidence actually matches up with what they're after at that moment. It's as simple as that. There is no such thing as perfect portfolio, but what there is a tailored portfolio for a specific job application. That's the most important bit. I already shared with you so many other things. I have a whole playlist of how to design portfolios, what matters in terms of storytelling, a lot of different tools, principles, and frameworks. All you need to do is just click play that playlist and you're going to learn quite a few different bits, which then are going to give you that fundamental thinking model which you can apply to your portfolio, to your case studies, and connect with potential hiring manager needs. Now, I always put the hat of a hiring manager and break those cases down. I always try to also apply this principle of via negativa, which got quite famous through Nassim Taleb's books of Anti-Fragile, Skin in the Game, and many others. It's almost bringing that theological approach to people getting into new behaviors, like for example, the religious testaments, let's say. We're always saying, don't do this, don't do that, because that sticks. That sticks with people. That's why when I review portfolios, I tend to focus on the improvements, on saying you should probably not do that. And I know that that specific bit resonates with other people who potentially could watch that video. It's not just tailored for that specific person, that specific portfolio. It's meant to be like a learning thing for everyone else. Then if you don't do it, everything else becomes immediately positive. And an example of that could be, so sometimes candidates state that they're UI/UX designers, right? And immediately I said, don't do that. Just say UX designer. It's as simple as that. And I could tell you, for example, the other way, saying that, hey, you should probably improve on your description, your tagline, your title on your portfolio. But then it could be interpreted so many different ways. Got also feedback on, hey, you're roasting these portfolios. A roast would be if it's a comedic effort to trying to make fun of them or use satire to almost sheepishly highlight different bits and issues. No, it's very constructive feedback. Again, on things which they could improve, but also you could improve, or anyone else who would watch that video could improve. And so I would give you a call to action. Instead of trying to look for a perfect portfolio or for a perfect portfolio recipe, just look at those videos I've already done and gonna continue doing, reviewing portfolios, and see exactly what doesn't work for those specific use cases, what sort of rationale I give, and note down exactly what resonates with you, what sort of areas in your own portfolio would actually match with that thing, and then just literally apply. You would gonna have a better thinking and decision-making framework, a model in your head to actually make better decisions. There's also no such thing as a perfect portfolio because, again, every portfolio has to be tailored. For example, if you're gonna optimize your portfolio to be a really good product designer, which is notorious for not doing enough research, then probably not gonna get user research jobs. If you're, on the other hand, optimize your portfolio to do UX research, but not so much UI, some positions who care about UI might not care that much and you're not gonna get in either. If you're gonna be a generalist UX designer, which is that, UX architect, for example, or just end-to-end UX designer, you could not have enough depth for those different bits. But if you choose a medium and maybe have case studies which cover both user research and product design, or interchangeably, or highlights your, breadth of knowledge as much as depth, you might get in. But again, it's tailored to the point, because some openings might just not need that skill set right now. Maybe they don't even know what UX is, so they are just looking for any UI designer and just botching /UX next to the title. And then just, any applicant who has a glossy surface level UI design would get in, but someone who has a very deep user research, information architecture driven background might not get in because it's not valued. So there's also that to consider. Where I'm coming from as a hiring manager is always to be objective. Sometimes tell the things you might not want to hear, or that owner of a portfolio might not want to hear, and in the end it's gonna work out for you for the better, because let's face it, the market again evens it out. There's always correction in the market, so it doesn't matter how you want to skin those skills and call things different ways or transform it to some new disciplines, it's still gonna come out. And so I hope this is useful. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, leave a comment down below, and on that note, I'll see you next time.